that is something that we all agreed. And though, we took the references of very old National Film Board of Canada films like Neighbours and all. Have you seen those films?
Right, right.
Yeah, those films have no music, but it's mostly the either the sound effects that are played up or the music that is like accentuating played to the motion. So that way it worked out pretty. That references worked with them, but somewhere it was getting very much difficult because that is something that is that particular music. It was using Western orchestra. I don't know if they've seen a film called The Cherry Tale,
Okay.
which is again. So these were our references where Ravi Shankar had given music, and a chair keeps moving. It's done in stop motion.
Okay.
I mean, it works very well for that film, but it's done ages back. So we needed to come up with something very contemporary. So we thought of an idea where we use these bowls and tanda, ta din din na, din din na. But that all those bowls are also done. So we used, we actually sampled those things onto a keyboard. And our music director Jolly, he couldn't. He doesn't. It's very difficult for anyone to actually get those authentic bowls out of a keyboard like da din din na din 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 na din din. All those things are very difficult. So we kind of got grains. It became a texture that we used.
Okay.
So the whole idea became even better evolved with it going through a keyboard. That it became a texture more than the simple bowl, or they put the bowl into the film kind of a thing. It became a very interesting texture that we experimented, tweaked for each and every film. So sometimes you may hear, tiki tiki tik tak, tiki tiki tik tak, tiki tiki tik tak tak, ticket,
Yeah.
ticket, ticket, tik tak, ticket. So ticket and all is like when the girl goes for the railway ticket, so we put the ticket over there. So we kind of synced certain things. And where, if you remember the car loan film, we have the guy saying na na na. So that all those syncs were done. Yeah. So we try to bring in meanings and put some words which are very generic, and
Sort of connecting it.
yeah,
with
and
the-
up perform the actions, perform the actions a little loudly to sync well with those musical.
Which commercial among all the 8 films was most challenging and fun to work or closest to your heart?
I mean, these films are done in stages. First we did the launch film, then the home loan film, then the car loan
Car
film.
loan, and once he gets the car,
Yeah, once he gets the car is in the other
and
films.
other films.
But if you ask me, the Gorilla films looks very good, which is one of the films that were done the much later part. I think it was probably the last film, second last film that we delivered. I think Gorilla film was a fun script, and though I think it might not be very easily for people to catch it. It's not so easy as much as a home loan film or a car loan film. I think home loan film worked out much better because of the presence of many characters. People are dancing in a pad, and the landlord comes banging. So it's a little more louder. I think in terms of impact, I think people would have liked that more. That's my guess. Because generally also when we asked around people, that came across pretty strong for people.
Okay. Yeah, there was the use of the tiger and the gorilla. What was the reason? I mean, what was the brainwave behind using animals as such?
It is a different world. So we didn't have too much of constraints that way. So when the guy is parked under a wrong tree, instead of a wrong parking lane in what happens in the urban world, it's a parallel that is pulled, and also you needed to place the film in a very remote area like a jungle, where we needed to push the necessity of an ATM, where this guy gives a fine and says, "Don't be loud, go and get the go get the money from the ATM over there and pay me 500 rupees." So that was a very interesting context that we created. So I think that is pretty evolved a script according to me. Others are pretty much very human world. The launch film is quite abstract.
Yeah.
The launch film is, in fact, the most abstract of all, where the guy walks around the street and he's getting attacked by bills and due dates,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he pulls out his laptop. I mean,
Yeah.
and the
And then he
laptop
turns
converts
it
into
into
a
a
gun and he
gun.
shoots the bills away,
Yeah.
which is denoting that he paid everything online instantly. So he actually overcome the danger of facing due date, defaulting calls and all from people from banks and insurance companies. So that was pretty abstract. It was an umbrella film which actually showcased how technology would help a user to have a smoother flow in terms of these bill payments, regular bill payments that one has every month. How you don't have to remember the dates, and you get worried, oh, the date has come. So it was an umbrella film which kind of showed viewers how with technology it is easier now, and Bank of Baroda has got it. In terms of if you look at the look of our films, I mean, we have pushed the look to quite modern cityscapes
The
and things
buildings.
like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is to in terms of perception, a viewer should connect that this is an Indian bank with all those facilities and more than a multinational. So, I mean, generally multinationals do much more flashier films and stuff, and though they charge you much more to take the money back from you for making such expensive looking ads and things like that. So here, this is one company where they really have like huge infrastructure, and they have worked out all details to make things work for the consumer.
Did you all
So,
like always keep a tab of what your competitors doing, like while conceptualizing the entire and all the TVCs, like
actually, to be really honest, the only competition where, if you have to think about it like that, only ICICI has done Chintamani, and which we have done.
yeah, the play.
Uh, which is a very different medium. The way it is positioned is completely different. So we didn't really have that kind of a problem of competitors. We knew it is a very genuine, unique route that we are taking, which is not seen on TV till now. So that way we are pretty much comfortable going with it. We didn't have to do too much of competitor research.